All right, hi everyone, here we go. For our next assignment here, it's relatively simple. We want to get into some basic animation of our character. So I started off by opening up the Norman model. You can see it right here. I'm going to go ahead off to the side here and turn off my camera as well as my light sources just by clicking those little eyeballs. It just makes it easier to navigate. Now, the basic thing is this. Your figure has these boxes around it, and we're going to use these boxes kind of like a marionette or like a puppet. And so the way this works is you can use your move tool or your rotate tools. And let me just grab that. And you can click in this white circle if you want to do it kind of more free form, or you can actually click on the arrows if you want to move it on the X, Y, and Z axes. Okay, there we go. Grab that one and move that down. So the idea you want to do is that we want to start off in kind of a simple just generic standing pose. And for this assignment, your job is to have your character wave or raise their hand. So whether they're raising their hand like they're answering a question in math class, or they're waving hello, or something like that. And we want to follow an arc. Now, in animation, arcs are very, very important because they keep the character fluid. They make it feel more natural. If you don't think about arcs and kind of how your character moves and bends, what's going to end up happening is it's going to feel very stiff and kind of robotic. So here you can see I've got this little diamond kind of triangle pyramid shape that actually rotates his elbow. So that's kind of the positioning for the elbow. So I can use the red boxes to move his hands, and the little triangles there can move his elbows. And basically those are the main key points that I should need. So, okay, when it comes to thinking about paths, so we've got his hand, right? And let's say he wants to raise his hand. So we want to be kind of there, right? So that's the path we're moving. Now, in real life, you just raise your hand. It would go straight up and down, and that would be the end of it. But in a cartoon, we want to arc that movement a little bit, kind of have a bend to it, right? It makes it a little more dynamic, makes it a little more captivating to watch, rather than just simply raising it straight up. So think about kind of your pacing a little bit. Where along the way do we want to have this character move? Do I want to have his elbow move, his wrist, his shoulder? Do I want to have his shoulder bend? Should his neck and hips move along with it? All these different body parts that go into something as simple as raising your hand, right? And kind of thinking about the arcs that the elbow makes, thinking about the arc that the shoulder makes, all of those kind of movements you have to take into account. My best advice is to just get up and look at yourself in a mirror while you do the action, kind of pantomime, kind of act it out a little bit, and you're going to find really quickly what parts of the body actually move. So over here in my properties menu, I can pull this up real quick, and I can actually set keyframes, keeping in mind that I've turned on my automatic keyframe as well, that little blue dot down by the play buttons in the middle. So by clicking these little diamonds, I can actually physically set a keyframe. Okay, so there you go. So there he is, he's standing. Now, for this basic animation, really you only need about 20 frames. So let's go ahead and change that down in the bottom there. So now I have a total of 20 frames. So ballpark, just shy of about 1 second of animation. So there he is, he's keyframed, he's locked in, he's looking good. Now I'm going to set a keyframe for the very tail end as well, because I want this character to both begin and end in this general standing pose, something like that. Okay. All right, next. So now I want to find kind of the middle point. I'm going to do maybe 12 frames, 10 frames, something like that. And I want to draw up his arm here just by using my movement tool. Feel free to look at it in different angles to make sure it works in 3D. And you'll notice that his hand is kind of facing the wrong way. So to turn his hand, I'm going to grab that little pyramid, that triangle, and bend his elbow. And let's grab his hand real quick. A little bit higher. Okay, so he's really eager. He's raising his hand. He's saying, call on me, teacher. Okay, cool. So that looks pretty good. Okay, so now we've set 3 keyframes here. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back here to frame 0, and let's drop that hand back down. And again, you might have to move the elbow just a little bit. There we go. Let's pull that out. Yeah, okay, good. And then we'll go to the end frame, the very last one, and same difference. We'll pull that hand back down. Same with the elbow. Okay. All right, so at this point, we basically have 3 key frames. Arm down, going arm up, and then arm down. And that's it. Okay. Now we want to think about those arcs. See how the hand is just going straight up and down, right? Let's go ahead and move, just for simple math, I'm going to move my hand raised to keyframe number 10 there. And again, we want to think about the arcs a little bit. So we don't want it to go up and down, right? So there's frame 10. I know frame 0 is at the bottom, and then it comes back down at frame 20. So very easy math to think about here. By frame, I don't know, maybe 5 or so, it should be kind of halfway, but it should have that arc to it, right? That bend to it. So let's go back to, there we go, frame 5. And instead of the hand being kind of straight on like that, let's pull it out a little bit. And again, I want to roll that elbow down. There we go, that looks natural. Okay. Pull it in a little bit. And again, play with it. Make it so that you're happy with it. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so there we go. Now it comes out. I probably can pull that out even more. There's a little bit of a pop on his elbow. Let's pull this hand out a little bit. There we go. And then let's go to frame 15, and now same difference, right? So now we're pulling the hand down, and we're thinking about the arc as it moves downwards, right? So there's that. And again, you want to see it from multiple angles there. Okay. All right, that looks pretty good. All right about there. All right, let's check it out. So start at frame 1. Here it goes up, nice path, all the way up, and then back down. Now, I might want to add in a little bit of a hold there whenever it raises all the way up. So, like, for example, let's see. Just tweak that elbow a little bit more, rotate that hand. Okay. There we go. So there's definitely little things that you can do to make this animation work a little bit more. So again, if I put a little bit more of a hold on that wrist as it kind of goes up, it's not just going to go up and back down. Maybe he kind of puts it up and waves it around real quick and then brings it back down. Let's see. Up, kind of a stretch, and then back down. So that feels a little more natural. And that elbow's kind of popping again. So I'm going to keep working on it. I think you guys should too. Make it your own. And if you have any questions, make sure, as always, reach out to me or any of the teachers. We're always happy to help answer any questions you have. When you're all done, you can submit a video or just a Blender file, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.